Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Give us a few minutes. We'll be with you shortly. Ta-da, ta-da, ta. Just kind of wait for everybody to come in. How is everyone doing on this awesome April 3rd, Monday? I hope everyone's doing well. All right, we are all ready. Hello, Michael. I hope you are doing fantastic.
I am doing great, Julie. Just great.
Good. Perfect. All right, we're getting ready to get started on our talk today. It's really exciting on the topic that we wanted to focus today. And so let's get started. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is April 3rd, 2023. Once again, Michael, William, and I'm from California. Of course, my name is JulieNguyen. I'm from California. And Michael William Aim is from Canada. And we're coming here today every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and we wanted to come and share with you about our topic. And it's been months since we've been here, and we do hope that you enjoy our conversation so far. And today we are going to chat a little bit more about ONPASSIVE as business solutions. So wanted to send the mic over to Michael so Michael can say hello to everyone, and then we get started.
Hello, everyone. Certainly great to be here. Hello, Julie. It's a fantastic day. We're having great weather. I'm feeling great. You're looking great, Julie. So it has to be a great day. So here we go.
Absolutely, Michael. Thank you. I hope everyone liked the hat, ONPASSIVE hat. I really enjoy as we are sitting down and kind of, myself and you are absolutely conversing about the conversations of what we're wanted to talk about today. So we've been talking about ONPASSIVE in many sessions before, and we talk about ONPASSIVE as an interconnected, and it is going to reorganize like the entire, not only the internet itself, but reshape the entire universe. And not a lot of people could understand it, but there are certain things that we can and will be able to share with everyone here who is currently watching and viewing this. First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for you continue to come in and join in our conversation, and your presence today is really appreciative as well. There are so many companies out there that monopolize in technology or overprice in technology. And technology is, to me, it's really complex and it's just too long to learn and also too expensive to use. But as a business owner thriving to every single day to build a business, I feel like I'm falling behind. And Michael, you probably have seen so many business or individuals are falling way behind in terms of technology or getting engaged with what is currently on the market or the present of our life today. And so today we wanted to focus on passive as business solutions, whether or not you are an individual or you are an individual who is running or having a business, or you are a group of people, or you are business owners that own a small, medium, or large company. ONPASSIVE, through its digital technology, specifically AI-powered, will contribute to the success of the business owner or the humanity itself as a whole. And today we want you really kind of focus on the solutions through some of the products that we are sharing today. Michael, I wanted to send the mic back to you.
Sure. Thanks, Julie. Yes, you know, when we look at business, we can see the transformation, going back to whenever you were born. whether that's 40 years ago, 50 years ago, we can go back and we can look and see where we're actually coming from as far as technology. Gone are those days where we had that VHS, that we pushed in the machine, right? We moved from VHS to CDs to DVDs, and so we've seen the shift, right? The internet was born, and we've seen how the internet has changed. We've seen how computers have changed, right? Now you have a tiny little thing in your hand called a cell phone, which is really a computer. Whereas before you had an entire room that was filled with all the various pieces of computers, right? So eventually became a desktop and so on. So the point is that we've seen how technology has changed over the years, and the various ways and means that we've been able to communicate, much more effective today, much more efficient today as a result of technology. So we know it's the future. That's the direction that we're going in. We have 8 billion people on the planet, and yet there's more than 5 billion, right? More than 5 billion that are actually on the internet, actually using the internet in some shape or form. So we know that it is something that is powerful. It's something that is commanding a lot of attention, right? And so therefore, if you are engaged in any type of business, you have to recognize that and you have to participate in that, but where do you fit in, right? And so I think as our conversation goes on today, we'll be able to figure that out. People will be able to see how, they can utilize the internet, so that they can gain the success that they're looking for in whatever business that they're engaged in.
Absolutely, Michael. And as everyone here who following the conversations in the past months, we're talking about ONPASSIVE is a company where it's AI powered, and everything that ONPASSIVE is creating, it's what we need. That's what our CEO, Mr. Mufareh, said the last time, the last meeting, is everything that you need is in ONPASSIVE. And if you can't find that in ONPASSIVE, it's not what you needed, right? So ONPASSIVE is combining everything in one place. It simplifies in one platform, and no matter who you are as a human being, as a business owner, and no matter what businesses you are in. So today Michael and I wanted to sit here and chat with you, or conversing with each other about the 3 products. Obviously, if we follow ONPASSIVE, we know that there are 3 products that are free, and then there's one more product that is going to be a paid product. So let's get started with OMail, Michael. Michael, OMail, as we have seen, is that you have to really agree with me that everybody needs an email, correct? And according to a study that has been tracking email statistics since 1993, the number of email user is set to hit 4.37 billion worldwide in this year, right? So more than half of the global population has an email, and we all know OMail that we have is AI-powered email service, and it is free. However, right, not just free for the functions for just sending an email. There are so many features in OMail that we can cover. Would you like to let everybody know, Michael?
Sure. Well, before we even get into that, Julie, people have to understand the power of emails, right? There's a reason why there's so many different providers in that market space, right? Because everyone has one. Right? If we're saying there's over 5 billion, and let's just say 5 billion people that are on the internet or utilizing the internet, and we're saying 4.37 billion have an email address, right? That's almost everybody on the internet, okay? Because you need to have an email address for just about everything today, right? You go to school, they give you a student account. You have an email address that's connected to your school, right? You're at work, okay, you have an email address based upon where you work. And you go to the stores, they want your email. People don't understand how much your email address is actually worth, right? Yeah, we talk about having a free, oh, my Gmail is free, my Yahoo is free, etc. Right now, you can get a free mail, but there's value to it, Julie. Right? Companies are out there. When you think of Google, how in the world does Google make so much money? They're giving, I got a Gmail, you got a Gmail, people got 10 Gmails, 100 Gmails, whatever. It's free. I don't pay anything for it, right? I get, 15 gigs of space, of storage, right? Using it. So how do they make money, right? So there is something there. There's a reason why they give it away free, because they're able to monetize it, Julie. But from a business standpoint, right, we want to collect email addresses because we want to be able to market, we want to be able to communicate to our customers, clients, all of that, right? So it's very important that people understand the power of email, not just email marketing, but just the email itself, right? Once you have that, that's a powerful piece of data that you have from a marketing standpoint. And as far as the features that we have with OMail, the fact that we have unlimited storage. Now, we know a lot of people don't necessarily use all the space, but when you start to send a lot of emails, especially with attachments, big files, images, pictures, all that stuff, your space gets used up pretty fast, right? And so to have an unlimited, you don't need to worry about that stuff, right? So that's the first thing that I love about with our OMail, because again, in Gmail, as I said, they give you like 15 gigs and that's it, right? When we talk about being able to customize, the different notifications, be able to import contacts from old emails, accounts that we may have, right? To be able to schedule your emails to go out, the ability to use speech to text, right? And text to speech, video emails, all these things that we can use with OMail, right? It's to make our lives simpler. It's to be able to give you a product whereby you don't need other products to complement it, right? This is all you need. From an email standpoint, all you need is OMail because of all the various features, above market features that are there. That's going to help people out, especially from your business.
Absolutely, Michael. I love the fact that you brought up the points that, it's the very important, that email. How many of us who have owned an email account for 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, how many of us wanted to keep certain conversations, right? Certain conversations or certain memories, images, pictures, but there is a limitation on it, 15 gigabyte, right? And so email itself, it's really, really important. With some of the features that ONPASSIVE has, you can literally sync emails across multiple devices. You actually could enable the notifications, right? You can import contacts. To me, it's so important, Michael. Like I said, you have email for 20-something years. How many people came across yourself that has contacts? How about the old emails that you had, the memories, the stories that you communicate with friends or customers, talking about the business itself, right? There are so many businesses nowadays had to pay extra to have that storage, to literally holding all that contact from a customers. And on passive offering OMail, it's something that I've never seen before, Michael.
No, and when I think of just being able to sell a product or service, right? You need contacts for that, right? And so all the individuals that who've emailed you over the years, they're your contacts, so that's why anytime I want to sell something, Julie, I just go to my contacts. And that's the first place that I turn to from a marketing standpoint. That's who I'm getting my message out to, is all these individuals that have either, emailed me, or if I emailed them, or back and forth conversations, all of that. That's the first place I turn to. And people don't realize the amount of contacts that they've made over the years. And that is valuable. There's a lot of value there because usually, you just need to make a few sales, right? And you're good, right? If you have a proper business, all you need is just a few sales. You don't need to make millions of sales or nothing like that, because the majority of business that we're talking about, are small businesses, right? We're not talking about large corporations and it's usually just a small business. If you're in ONPASSIVE, you are a small business owner, right? And we know we got 1.4 million there, right? And there are a lot of other individuals out there that are engaged in, whether it be a home-based business, whether it's affiliate marketing, it's small businesses, right? And so that's the first place one should turn to be able to get their message out there. If you're looking to generate more customers, more clients, that's where they turn. So it's important to be able to have access to all that contact and be able to import. We can import our contacts into our whole mail account, Julie, again, to continue to increase that database, because that's what you want. You want to constantly increase your database of people that you reach out to. So that way you have a constant supply of leads, constant supply of potential customers, subscribers, followers, all of that, right? And that all can be done in our old mail system.
Absolutely. One thing that we haven't mentioned is automation in translation. How many people are in the world are actually doing business across from countries to countries, and there's a language barrier. So OMail is basically now as a standard tools for businesses and organizations to communicate with customers, whether clients, employees, or simply just connecting with other people. If you have been following our conversations and following ONPASSIVE, you do know that OMail, it's a free product that ONPASSIVE is offering to the consumers. And if you like to know more details on OMail, or if you wanted to reach out to some of the early birds who have been observing and seeing the development of ONPASSIVE product, definitely get back with the people that share that with you, and they have a lot of knowledge to share with you on some of the products of ONPASSIVE. Now, Michael, let's move on to ONET. And everybody, if you are following ONPASSIVE, we all know ONET is a revolutionary social networking platform, and it is AI power. I always look it up. What's the statistic of people involved in social media? Now, we know that more than half of the world is using social media, 59%. 4.76 billion people around the world are now using social media. 137 million new users have come online in the past 12 months. Now, the average of daily time spent on using social media is 2 hours and 31 minutes. Wow, that's I think that's not a correct number, because as we understand, many individuals, influencers, business owners are using social media as one of their marketing tool, to connect with other people. But see, this marketing tool is not really effective, Michael.
Well, again, when we compare it to email marketing, right? Again, we know that more people have email accounts and they're actually on social media. And not everybody who's engaged in social media is doing it from a business standpoint as well, right? Some people are just doing exactly what it says. Social media, they're just socializing, right? And so those are the individuals that will probably spend 2.5 hours, using social media on a daily basis, right? Whether they're on WhatsApp or put out a couple of tweets or something, or maybe a few FB posts, stuff like that, right? But the ones that were engaged in business, Julie, right? Those individuals, they know that social media is not necessarily the place you want to go as far as I want to make sales, right? But it's there to connect with people, right? So it is important, right? You want to have social media within your marketing scope, right? But again, understand what it's there for. So we can connect with people there, right? And then we can take them from there now and bring them over into whether it's a sales funnel or a sales page, or direct them to a website, whatever the case may be. But it is a vital tool that we also need in our marketing arsenal, right? Social media is not going away, but again, it wasn't there before, Julie. This is why we're talking about, reinventing the internet, et cetera. Social media does play a role, right? We see the amount of people that are using it. We've, whether it be WhatsApp, Facebook went and bought them for a reason, right? All these contacts, all these people that are using WhatsApp, Facebook says, hey, we want to bring that data, right? All these people's information, we want to bring them into the fold, right? So that we can monetize it, right? So there is a way to use social media definitely within your marketing as a marketing tool, but it's not as effective as email marketing, but certainly does play a vital role. So as long as we know the difference between the two and now how to utilize it, then we're good. But you're going to find that just about every business has some sort of social media present, whether they have a LinkedIn, a connection, or whether they have a YouTube channel or a Facebook channel. They're going to be there. Governments, we have different leaders that are posting on Twitter, etc. So it certainly does play a role. And with our own net, right? With our own net, it's a totally different idea. It's a totally different technology, and people will see the difference, Julie, and to see that, ONET is where they want to be. ONET is where they want to use to brand themselves, to promote their businesses, to be able to be in a safe environment, especially when we talk about families, children, all of that. It's just completely different than what's out there in the marketplace today. And that's what you need. You have to bring something that's refreshing, something that's going to be inviting. People want to actually come on board, and so I can't wait for ONET to just take over that space so people can feel safe and secure, Julie.
Absolutely, Michael. And talking about safe and secure, there are so many social media platforms out there. Some of them are focusing on, young from, let's say, 11 to 17, 16. And then there are some focusing on this. But to me, having children, I don't feel that it is a safe place in which, you can't really stop your children from using social media nowadays, because some of the school project involved being on social media as well. You want to have a place where you'll feel safe to put your children there. You feel safe to actually have your children connecting with the people in social media as well. I mean, I see that there's not really any strong or effective restriction on how people using social media, and especially you get young children, like my daughter, for example, getting exposed to things that they should not have seen in their early age, right? I mean, like literally even on YouTube, you can see some of that. YouTube is also considering one of the social media platform as well. And so I think safety, when you are associating and socialize with other people, I think it's really important, Michael.
Yeah, well, I mean, you want to give people choices, right? So people can choose to be in a safe and secure environment, or they choose not to be. People can choose to be exposed to certain things or not to be exposed to it, right? So choice is good. Right. And so I know that there are a lot of individuals, millions upon millions of people out there who want exactly that, Julie. They want to utilize social media, and they want their kids to be able to go out there and freely use it without being exploited. As we know, there's the good, there's the bad, and there's the ugly when it comes to social media. And, there are some people out there just take advantage by, disguising themselves. And, I don't just want to get into all of that stuff, but it's bad, right? Let's just say it is bad, right? But there's a good purpose as well for it, right? And that's what we like to focus on. And that's what ONET is about, focusing on the good side of what social media can do for individuals. There's enough bad out there. We don't need any more of that. And I'm so grateful that ONPASSIVE is all about the good side of things, the good way of doing business, the ethical way of doing business. Julie, let's leave the corruption out there to those who, thinks it's necessary in order for them to make money. And it just isn't. It's like listen to music, Julie. I often wonder, okay, if there's certain lyrics, if you pull those lyrics out of the song, will the song still sell the same, right? You know what I mean? Like, will it take away all of a sudden, oh, because I took that particular word out, or didn't, use certain things, obscene language, whatever. You know what I mean? Like if you take that out I still would listen to the song. I still enjoy the song without it. As a matter of fact, I will actually listen to the song because certain words are taken out, right? With those words there, I'm like, next, right? So it's the same thing that with social media, you can have a pure, an ethical, a clean platform, and people will still be engaged, people will still be excited, people will still be able to do and what it is that they want to do, conduct their business, and to be able to live life, without being exploited, as I mentioned earlier. So it can be done, and I'm so glad that ONPASSIVE is doing it.
Absolutely, Michael. And the safety feature of it is really important. I asked this questions before. How many of us have thousands and thousands of followers and emails, not emails, friends connections on the platform that we're currently live streamed this on, right? Sometime I ask myself, I have that many people following me. How many of those people are actually true, real human? So if you are currently, this is just for fun, if you are currently watching this on one of our social media platforms, just say I am real, and it would be fun. I'd like to know how many of my real friends, real human beings are actually watching it instead of robots. So it's truly really important that we do have a safe environment to communicate, or even just to connect with people. And that person that you connect with, and having, sometimes we have a very deep, intimate conversation with someone that we don't know might be a real individual. Can it be authenticate? Can we authenticate? So ONET has all, for all of us and everyone who's been following ONPASSIVE, understand that our social media platform ONET is also free. Get back with someone who actually can get you into our own ecosystem. So along the line with OMail and ONET, we do have another product called OTrim. OTrim is basically a link, a URL shortener. And also there's so many features in OTrim. And I really looked it up, Michael. There's a company, I know there's many company out there, but I looked it up. I saw that there's a company out there that did 2 billion link a month. That is a 56% market share. But here's a catch, right? Although it does that so many, but you got to pay $29 a month in order for you to be able to trim your URL or your link. Again, OTrim is one of our free product, and it does so many things than just simply giving you a shortest link.
But the thing with that, Julie, is that you actually have companies out there charging hundreds of dollars per month, to shorten your link. One particular company charges up to $600 a month. It all depends on how many URLs that you want to shorten. But the point is, they have a package where it's actually $600 per month, right? To use their, URL shortener. Okay. So compare that, $600 a month versus free. Let me see, which one do I want to use, Julie? Do I want to spend $600 a month?
One time, but free as many links as you want. There's no limitation.
Unlimited, right? You can have unlimited amount of links shortened, right? Instead of spending $7,000, right? $7,200 to be exact, for the year, right? Can you imagine that? There's some folks who don't even make $7,000 a year, Julie, right? But yet here's this company with this particular product, and that's what they're charging their users, for those who need, have that need, right? But they wouldn't have the package if there wasn't a need for it. Okay. So yeah, $29 a month, that's cheap, right? But that will also be you'll be limited to what you can do for such a small package. Whereas ONPASSIVE is saying, we don't even need to charge for that. We can give that away for free to customers and give them more than what they're actually getting for these paid services that's out there, right? For people to be able to, customize the link, they can add their name, to the link if that's something they want to do to, again, to establish their brand, So there's lots of features that people can utilize, and even tracking to be able to generate leads. You can use the actual URL shortener, OTrim, to help you generate leads, right? So there's a lot to it, Julie. It's not your typical URL shortener, and you're getting so much value, yet will not cost you anything. So on passive, again, setting the bar high, Julie, setting the bar high for a lot of people, because companies will have to readjust the way they do business. They're going to have to readjust their thinking, right? And switch from just a revenue focused model to a model where, the customer is actually first. Let's put the customers first. Let's put the client first, right? If we can help them accomplish what it is that they're looking for, okay, we'll be taken care of. Right? From a revenue standpoint, the revenue will be there, will come in. Because yes, OTrim is free, ONet is free, OMail is free, but you can make a lot of money by putting out free products, okay? And social media is a classic example. Facebook made billions of dollars, right? From having 3 billion plus users. And how much are you paying on Facebook? You understand? How much are you actually paying to have a Facebook account? But yet they're making billions. How does that work? How much are you paying to utilize your Gmail account? And yet they make billions, right? Google, it's not a small company, right? FB is not a small company, right? And the list goes on, right? All these companies are able to put out free products and yet make billions of dollars. So the bottom line is that we have something that is special here in ONPASSIVE, right? And these first 3 products is just a tip of the iceberg.
Absolutely. This morning, excuse me, this morning I saw in our blog that talking about vanity URL. It's a great article. I actually skimmed through it, but I'm going to go back to read it. And if you like to, absolutely, you need to take a look at ONPASSIVE blog. Go to onpassive.com and click on the blog and read all about the technology. There are so many amazing articles out there. You've got to do that. Now, going back to OTrim really quick, I think branding is something that is very, very important for business owner. And your URL is actually talk about the value of your brand. So when you're using OTrim, you actually can add more value. It is very easy access. You actually can track it. You can customize however you like. And it's really important too, Michael, when you watch a video and you said, click the link. Instead of saying click the link, you could just read a short, to the point, your brand right there, and click on it, you'll get it, right? So it's an easy way to literally share your values of your business. It's all in the URL.
Absolutely. So this is what we're talking about, business solutions. Everything that we're seeing right now, it's going to help business save money, right? There's no doubt about that. It's going to help business get more of their brand out there, right? Because it's important for branding. That's what ONPASSIVE has been doing for the last while, is to brand, because it's very, very important, especially in today's climate. Things are very competitive now, and if you're not sharp, if you're not on top of your game, you're going to be left behind, right? And so this is why you need to have, products infused with the latest AI technology. AI can be bad, but it also can be good. All depends on how you use it, right? And so ONPASSIVE is certainly using AI for good to be able to help people, and that's a good thing, Julie, right? It's good to know that. It's good to know, what's in the mind of the CEO of the company, where is the company coming from, what's their stance, what's their mission, vision, all of that. And it's all, everything's lined up, together. Showing that ONPASSIVE is about helping humanity. So you just can't lose. You really can't. Failure is just not an option in ONPASSIVE because all of that has been taken into consideration in putting the business together. Right? It's part of the foundation. It's part of the business model itself, right? To be able to help, right? As opposed to thinking inwardly, whereby the companies focus on themselves. No, the companies focus on you, the customer, you, the public. How can we be of service? How can we help make your life easier, make your business better, make your business, more effective, efficient, all of that. That's what ONPASSIVE is doing and will do in the marketplace, for years to come.
Absolutely. There you have it, everyone. The 3 awesome products of ONPASSIVE, and ONPASSIVE is offering those 3 products for free. And when you are using those products, you're gonna love it. And so what you want to do is just go to www.onpassive.com, or best is to get back with some of the founders, a brand ambassador here that can guide you through, and also get yourself in the ecosystem of ONPASSIVE. And that's something we're going to talk a little bit toward the end of our conversation. Let's go into our pay product. It's a product that costs to use. It's called Connect. It's the world's best video conference tool out there. Michael, let's dive into Connect a little bit.
Sure. So, there will be multiple paid products. Okay. So Connect is not the only one, but it certainly is the first one, right? And we know that there are video conferencing platforms out there, but instead of people using Skype, instead of people using Zoom, instead of people using, any meeting, GoToWebinar, all these platforms, they will now have the option to use Connect, right? And Connect, again, looking at the features, right? Because that's what people are going to compare. They're going to look at, well, what features am I getting? What am I getting? So when they see what Connect has to offer, right, it's going to be above the market value of what's out there, right? And that's good to know, again, because people want value for their money, right? No one wants to, waste money, willfully or knowingly, right? And so when they look at what they can do with Connect, people are going to certainly love it. And it's going to be something whereby if you're a religious organization, okay, look what happened over the past couple of years during COVID, right? A lot of businesses had to transition online. They had to transition using, Connect. A lot of churches, for example, they have to gather using Zoom, right? You had schools, okay, that had to basically come online and use an online platform with the children and the students then. Okay, and so the same thing with businesses. People now, you have to stay home, work from home, but you have to connect to the home office by utilizing a video conferencing platform. So all these things, Julie, is just kind of laid the foundation for the growth of video conferencing, and it's not going to stop. Right, more and more people, more and more businesses. This is what they're utilizing to meet with each other from around the globe, right? Because I may be in Canada and you're in California, we get somebody else that's in Germany and so on. We'll be able to connect with each other. Clubs, right? Again, be able to connect. Doesn't matter what the organization is, Julie. It's going to be a way of life that you will be using in some way, shape, or form. Families, right? Families, because you couldn't travel, all these things. Okay, they would jump on a Zoom together to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries. The list goes on and on to the usage that one can have with video conferencing, right? But I'll leave you, Julie, to talk about some of the exciting features, right? Because there's so much to Connect.
Absolutely. There's so many features. Connect, our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, said, if you could take every company that out there that has video conference tool, you take everything that they're offer, put them all together and more. It's literally in Connect, right? Some of the features that we highlighted before, definitely it is AI powered, unmatched technology. You can't find that anywhere. You're going to have, a feature where you could feature your presentations. You can put it up there, double share screens, survey, call to actions. You could invite guests right there. Or if you are on Connect, and this is something that I love, you're promoting a product that you love, you literally could pop the link out there and people can just grab it right there, where, you know, there's certain products that you are promoting as a business owner. For example, you are promoting an only limited availability of the product. You literally can talk about it, pop the link on Connect. It's one of the call to action, right? Click on there. Your attendees can literally click on there, make a purchase, and right there is done deal in that same place. Really awesome. Speech to text, text to speech. And especially, we mentioned this about doing business across the globe. Many people don't speak your language. There's auto translation as well. And I think that is one of the beautiful feature of ONPASSIVE. I was very fortunate to be a co-host on one of our Connect. And boy, it's really keeping my smile up. And, you know, it's really helped me because sometimes organize a presentation or a speaking event or a discussions, you need to have some point right in front of you where you don't have to go from one app to the other or one place to the other. It really lose that concentration or your train of thought. What if you have everything right there in front of you? You know, you can integrate external link, for example, YouTube link. You can put it on there, play. It's beautiful, and I can't wait to. And I guarantee you, if you're currently watching this and if you can get a hold of Connect, the only way for you to get a hold of Connect is basically getting back with the brand ambassador founders out there, and they will lead you to it, right? And it's not available at this time, but it will be one of our ONPASSIVE many paid products. Once you have that, I guarantee you, you will be addicted to it. And if you choose to become a reseller of Connect, all you got to do is say, I want to be a reseller. And you really don't have to sit there and cold call or sell, right, Michael? All you got to do is just inviting people into your meeting together. And I think that is really cool. And I can't wait to use it, Michael.
Well, what I'm thinking about, Julie, is concerts, you
Yeah.
know, just thinking that most venues, it's limited. You know, if it's 50,000, it's still limited, right? 20,000, whatever the arena capacity is, it's limited, you know. And so to extend that now, Julie, you can have video conferencing, especially with Connect, whereby you can have 100,000 on at the same time, right? Without losing, you know, quality, you know, clarity, all of that. You know, that's incredible, right? So just imagine that, right? You know, think of, again, various organizations, individuals, you know, family planning, you know, you have an anniversary coming up, you're in a different country, you know, maybe you couldn't fly over because of cost, etc., or your scheduling, you couldn't get the time off work, all these things, but you can still make that event, Julie. You know, everyone's going to Bora Bora, and you just can't afford to go to Bora Bora. So, you know, but you can still participate.
I'm gonna go.
Right? Right? You can still participate by jumping on the video conferencing and be, you know, there and experience the live event, right? So, you know, there's a long list of usage. There's a long list of people that can utilize this product, companies, organizations, clubs, etc., that can utilize this particular product. So it's just unlimited, Julie. And again, everything that we're talking about, folks, you know, has to do, you know, with business, right? And so when we talk about business, we talk about selling. What are we selling? Products or services, right? And when you do that, what happens? You make money, right? So we certainly will be able to do all of that. And when you have a demand for something, Julie, and you can supply that demand, okay, the dollars go up and up and up and up. You know, so it's exciting times, right? We're just on the verge of rolling that out. And once we do, you know, it's game over, right? Once we do, so many lives are going to be impacted. You know, it's just going to be incredible. And I look forward to that, Julie.
Absolutely, Michael. And I love the fact that you brought up, concert venues. I was just sitting here thinking about one of my friends who is a composer who has been looking forward to go to Asia and be able to go tap into Asia market, right? He has a Grammy Award. He won one year, and he said, I want to go to Asia so much, but I can't go through that market. So here's another way, so when you're talking about a list of people that want OConnect, and let's list a few here. If you're planning to become a reseller of OConnect, first of all, you have to own the product. That means you have to purchase the product when it is available. Excuse me. When it is available, once you purchase the product, you choose to have an option to be a reseller. Now, having a conversation with one of the people or lots of folks that you are currently connecting, have an OConnect, pre-conversation with them. Who should we have? I would say everyone that has, and especially influencers, social media influencers. If you are connecting, having conversations with the people that have so many people are following them, OConnect conversation, it's actually a very good conversation to have with them as well. Because think about influencers, when they promote a product, they only get paid what, Michael? Probably only based on what they're promoting. Like, put a video up, you get paid this much, unless they are the brand representation of that particular brand, and they paid by the time of the minutes that you have. But what if they have OConnect and they do a massive promotion through their videos, through their content? I think you know what I meant, right, Michael? The massive influence, it's amazing.
No, absolutely. When you think of YouTube, right? And so people get paid for those who are monetizing their channels. They get paid, based upon the views, right? But let's say you got 1 million views on one video, but you have to do that all over again, right? It's not like you're getting, like a monthly amount or a residual from getting that first, 1 million views. You have to go make another 1 million, and so on and so forth. You have to keep making more and more and more. To me, that's just tedious. That's a lot of work, right? I want to be, more efficient, with my schedule than that. I don't want to sit around every day making videos, Julie, to be honest with you, right? So using OConnect, right, and invited those same subscribers that you have, bring them in, now you're able to utilize that platform, still do what you were doing, right? But now you're able to utilize that platform, your subscribers, they themselves are able to monetize doing what they're doing, which is watching your videos, and so on, right? So it's going to be far more effective for those YouTubers. It's going to be far more effective for those people who are subscribers, and it's going to help their bottom line, and so, even if they make a few extra $100, Julie, a month, it's a lot better than what a lot of them are doing right now, because we know the majority of people that are YouTubers, they're not making money. It is what it is.
That's right.
So it's tough.
Yeah, that's right. Unless, let's be real, that I also create content on YouTube using a lot of ONPASSIVE tools that coming out. And the other day I was clicking on it. I'm wondering, because everybody knows that I do monetize my YouTube channel. And I was curious, how much are they paying in terms of viewing? We have like less than 1,000 or over a few thousands. You get like 30 cents on the content that you're putting out there, right? So as a content, if you are a content creator, you have to have at least millions of followers, right? And every time when you are putting out, I think it's also based on how many clicks that people stay on there and how long they are stay on there. It's really sad because it takes a lot of time for people to come up and build that content. Now we'll go a little bit off of what we're saying, but having OConnect promoting your YouTube where you're getting to, I think it's really massive. You get a lot of people to join in and be with you. Well, there's no limitation, no barrier.
This is why your next stop is ONPASSIVE, Julie. It really is. Again, it's the value that people are getting, right? You can't beat it, right? You'll not be able to beat it, right? And that's the thing, So they say, hey, if you can't beat them, what do? Join them. Hey, so come on in, right? We're certainly welcome everyone, because ONPASSIVE is for everyone, everywhere. Our products, OMail, ONET, OTrim, OConnect, and the others that are coming, they are for everyone, everywhere. It doesn't matter the nature of your business. Maybe you're a franchisor, maybe you're a retailer. It doesn't matter. Everyone needs, more viewers. We just need more, right? Advertisers. Why do you think they keep advertising over and over and over again, right? Because you need more. You need more eyeballs, real people looking at what your offers are, right? Because again, as I said, you're in business to do what? You're in business to make money, right? So all these companies are not setting up just for the fun of it, right? They're not. The difference with ONPASSIVE is that we're not focused on the money. We're not creating these products just to go make money. No, we're actually putting things out that's going to be valuable in people's lives. It's going to help people to be able to function better in society. And that's what ONPASSIVE is about, as opposed to, companies that are just bringing a product because, you know what, I need to go make $1 million, so I think I'll create this product here. And so they just create the product just to make the money, right? As opposed to, here is an issue, here's a problem. Okay, can I present a solution, right? And so, like we talk about, social media and the problems with social media, right? Okay, well, here is ONET as a solution to the problems that people are facing, with the various platforms that are out there, right? The same can be said with OMail, right? A lot of people have issues with Gmail and this one and that one, right? And okay, well, here is a better solution, right, for you. And that's what we're talking about. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars a month, right? You have businesses, as I said, spending hundreds of dollars. One platform, they charge $200 a month, another one up to $600. And so hundreds of dollars a month. Instead of doing that, here you go. Here, you can conduct your business, right, the way you want to, as far as shortening your URL. Here you go, but it's free, right? Take it, use it, right? Have fun with it, okay? It's going to help your business. Here is OConnect. Okay, we're going to give you unlimited attendees, right? So if you want to have 100,000, that's okay, go ahead, right? If you want to have 50,000, 10,000, you want 1 million, here it is, go ahead, right? So it's being able to solve the issues that are out there with existing products right now, Julie, right? And we'll go beyond that. We'll introduce new products to the marketplace, right? Products that are not out there, technology that's not out there, right? We'll introduce that to the marketplace as well, because there are some challenges in society, safety of women, for example, so if we can invent a tool, a product that can help their safety, right? Why not? It can be done, right? And so, these are the things that ONPASSIVE is about, is providing solutions to people, not just something that here you go, take this and go make money, because there's lots of ways to make money. Lots of people are making money, right? Just that there's also lots of people who are not, right? But, people are making, it's not like no one's making any money. It's like, no, there's no business that I can do. There are businesses, but there are limitations though, right? There are limitations. People know they can't go out there and recruit. They can't go out there and sell. There are limitations. They don't know how to market. They don't know how to create a funnel. They don't know how to use a capture page or to create a website. All these things, there are limitations. So can we solve those limitations for people? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what OnPassive is about, is providing solutions to issues, to problems that are in existence right now that can be solved, but others choose not to because they don't have to, okay? But OnPassive will.
Absolutely. It's beautifully put. Last week, we did talk about OnPassive ecosystem. And also on Friday, our CEO talked about rolling out the entire OnPassive ecosystem coming up soon. We probably we'll know when it is coming. But having an ecosystem, being in an ecosystem, a safe environment, is something where we want it to be. And let's just touch a few points on that, and then just referring people back to our conversation last week. And it is something that we are going to also cover more in our next week as well, Michael. So let's just kind of doing a recap on an ecosystem, or at least just some points, so that people understand what OnPassive Eco is all about.
Well, the main thing for me, Julie, is to be able to have everything that I need in one place, right? All under one roof, single sign-on. So I sign into one place and I have everything there that I need, right? I don't have to sign into multiple, because even right now, right, I have to go to one site that I log into, right? Because I want to do some bulk mailing as an example, okay? Then I have another site that I log into because I want to use an autoresponder, right? I have another site that I log into, you know what I mean, to do my advertising. So there's all these different places and different, products that I have to use, but they're not under one roof, right? So it's so much easier to just log in and everything is there in front of me, Julie, right? And that's what OnPassive ecosystem is about, is that people will be able to log in, and so they're going to see, oh, there's my ONet, oh, there's my OConnect, oh, there's my, OMail, there's my OTrim, everything that they need is right there in front of them, one single sign-in, and so that's important because it's help you save time. Time is very, very valuable. I don't like my time to be wasted. I don't like wasting other people's time, and so when I'm working, right, I want to be able to minimize the amount of downtime, right? I want to be able to maximize, the time that I'm spent doing whatever the activity is, right? I always say, who wants to work long hours, right? Like who does? Like if you had a choice to work 10 minutes a day versus 40 hours a day, or sorry, 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
40 hours. Wow, right? You'll be incredible if you could do that. It doesn't exist, right? But you understand, 10 minutes a day versus 8 hours a day, right? Like, which would you choose, right? Nobody wants to work long hours, Julie, especially when they get little pay for doing it. That's not what people want. So, people want their time. They want their time freedom. They want to be spending most of their day doing things that they enjoy, right? And so that's what the whole OnPassive ecosystem is going to help people with, right? Definitely to be far more efficient in what they're doing in their day-to-day tasks, whatever business activities that they need to be engaged in order to monetize that, in order to generate an income from that. It's going to help with all of that, right? We have a phrase, we say cat mode, right? It's there, Julie, to be able to have things in an automated fashion. That's important. We need automation in our lives, right? Automation in our lives makes our lives a lot more simpler, right? And easier, manageable, bearable, all these things. So that's important. And we can have all of that within our ecosystem.
Absolutely. And talking about an ecosystem, there's a couple of people asked me last week, can I use your product? I'm like, you have to be in our own ecosystem in order to use our product. And if you wanted to receive the benefits within the ecosystem, you have to be in our ecosystem in order to use the product and receiving the benefits as well. So Thank you so much, everyone. We have a very long conversation today, longer than normal conversation today. I wanted to say thank you, Michael, for being here every Monday doing this with me. And thank you, everyone who are chiming into our conversation on YouTube or on Facebook. We do hope that you enjoy the rest of Monday. And if you're starting a new day, have a blessed day. And we're looking forward to so many new things and new announcements and be in our ecosystem, right? Michael, do you want to say?
You got to be in order to win. That's what we say. We are in it to win it. All right. So simple as that. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.